Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick video on the Uplula magazine loader. I've had this one for quite a while. I wanted to get some use on it before doing the review. They come in multiple colors. I got this orangish brownish color because to me this seems like the kind of thing that you could lose, especially when it's closed like that. So I didn't want to get black because of that. Plus I think the color looks cool having black there and this brownish orange color. You can get these in black. You can also get them in, it's like a bright yellow color, and there's some other colors as well. You'll have to look to see all of the colors. Now I've had a magazine loader before. This is my old one. This is one of the Beretta ones. This here, very simply, the way it works is it just slides over the magazine. You push down, put your bullet in, you have to raise it to get it the rest of the way in there, and then you just keep doing that over and over and over again. A reason why you may want one of these types of speed loaders is because while it's, you can load them just fine, like this magazine here, sometimes they just get too difficult. My dad actually cut his thumb when the round pinched him between the feed lip and the bullet on his PX4 Storm. So especially with one like this, your fingers are out of the way, you don't have to worry about pinching yourself. Now, one thing that I like about this one more than this one is, as I said, this one here you have to push down. It hits the part that pushes the round down, and then you have to lift it. That's not convenient. This is much more convenient. Also, this works for the 92 and maybe the 96, but this will not work for the PX4 Storms in the, like, say, 45. This doesn't work for that. This works for pretty much any magazine. So if you're someone who has maybe a lot of different kinds of guns, then I think that this here is much better because, as I said, it works for many different kind of magazines, not just, magazines like this. Another nice thing about the Uplula is, as you can see, it has a key ring on it. So you could, like, hang this from your range bag if you wanted to. Maybe lock it shut and hang it like that, or maybe if you wanted to put some paracord through it, you could do that. So one thing that you may want to do if you are worried about losing this is you could actually, with the key ring right there, take and put a piece of paracord through it, then tie a knot, just like this. Okay, and now what you could do is tie the other end inside of your range bag. Then you can just put this in there like that, take it out, and you know where it is. Another nice thing about the speed loader is it doesn't have to stay like this. You can actually push it closed like that, push this little button down, and now it's locked in this position. So if you're trying to put this in a pocket or something of, your range bag or whatever, you can do that. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, but after you get used to it, I like this a lot more than the Beretta speed loader. Because as I said, this is more versatile, and honestly, I find this to be easier. It just takes a little bit of time because of the way you use it. And right here, I will show you the way that you use this. So the way this works is pretty easy. You put the speed loader over your magazine, and then from here, you'll notice that there's this part here that's under spring tension. As the magazine gets pushed up, this part rises, and that's normal. So the way this works is take and squeeze it together, push down, put the bullet in, release, and do it again. Put it in, release, let it go up, push down, and just keep doing this until the entire magazine is loaded. So when it comes to these 15-round magazines, as you can see, you can load these by hand. They are not too difficult to load, but I just find that this makes it a little bit faster. Now when it comes to these 17-rounders like this, this here is easy to load now. It's broken in nicely. When I first got this, the spring was very tight. So that's something to keep in mind. So 15 rounders, easy. 17 rounders, once they're broken in, easy. Now, these 20 rounders are where this really comes into play. Because as you can see, with this here, I can load it, but this is really hard. especially get that last round in. So now I'm going to load the last 5 rounds with this speed loader. Much easier to do with the speed loader. Now when it comes to these 30 round mags, this is another one that, like the 20 rounders, then if you want to get these last ones in, at some point you will definitely need the speed loader. Because as you can see, I am getting it, but like this 30th round, it is hard to get in there. Really hard. It's hard. I got it in, but that's not an easy way to do it. With the speed loader, you can also unload your mags pretty easily if you need to. There's this little protrusion right here, and what that's for is you hold the mag in your hand, you put the groove right on the bullet, that piece pushes on the back, and you unload your mags. And if you do this a lot, you can get really good at it. But I mean, even with me, I don't use the unloader as much as, of course, the loading part. So this here, you know, for me isn't as practiced, but it can be pretty easy. To me, I already have a way to unload my mags. It's called my Beretta 92FS. If you do use this part a lot, you may want to remove this keyring part, because I found that this here can get in the way. Not a huge deal, but if you're someone who wants to use this, you know, a lot, then you may want to remove that. When you first get the speed loader, it's going to be like this. And as you can see, it's not open. So the way to open this is pull this here up, and it'll open right up. And now it works just the way it needs to, and when you're done with it, what you're going to do is squeeze it, push it down like that, or you can leave it like that. It doesn't really matter, but for storage, that there is nice that it gets smaller. This here works with all kinds of calibers, 9, 40, 45, pretty much anything that is 9 through 45. I'm sure this would also work for 357 SIG. And if this would work for 40, then it might even work for like 10 millimeter. Now, if you're someone using this on, say, a single stack magazine, there is a little insert that you can buy to make this fit on there even better. But I have found that this works just fine with single stacks. As I said, the little insert would probably make it easier so it doesn't move as much. But if you have one of these and you don't want to have to buy that, then you don't need to at all. You know, I've used this on single stack magazines many times. For the money, I think this is an awesome thing, and you should definitely get it. Now, this here is more expensive than something like this. But understand that, for one, this is more versatile than this, but this also has more moving parts than this. And this here has the unloader. If for some reason you need assistance unloading your magazines, this will help. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt if this here would be stronger than this, being that this here is thicker in many areas. It has these raised sections. So, you know, once again, you get what you pay for. But this here, as I said, is better. So that's pretty much it. I definitely like this here, and I definitely recommend it. Now, the price on these depends on which one you want. If you get the plain black one, then you can get these, you know, for a pretty low price. If you want one that is, say, like this color or the green, or they have other colors, then you're going to need to pay a little bit more money. So that's pretty much it. I hope this was helpful and informative. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!